My name is Carrie Mitchell, and I'm the proud owner of TWS Home Inventory and Asset Management Group. And I started my business because of the Waldo Canyon fire. I was affected, a lot of my tenants at the time, I owned rental properties, and a lot of them were evacuated. And I didn't lose my home or anything or have to be evacuated, but it really hit home to me. A lot of people I knew lost everything. So I wanted my daughter and I to be able to give back somehow to the community because I felt so blessed that we were saved from that. So we started volunteering at Carter Springs together, and we would go after she'd get out of school, and we would sit there, and basically we were just there to help people that came in the door, all the victims, with whatever they had coming through the door. And it was very emotional to me. You know, I kept hearing the same thing over and over. They were having to, first of all, they'd lost everything and they were devastated. And second of all, they had to come up with a list of everything they had. If, you know, they had to say where they got it, when they got it, what they paid for it, and there's just no way they could remember what they had. And so I thought, and they were very angry with their insurance companies, and because they didn't know what their insurance coverage was, you know. I mean, think about this. When you buy a home, you're required to have homeowners insurance. So you pretty much shop around and get the best deal. Most of us do. And then we usually don't even look at that policy until we have to file a claim. So we don't even know if we're properly insured. And so then when we pull it out and we have a claim, we realize a lot of times that we're not. And then we get angry at our insurance carrier, our insurance agent. Well, it's really not their fault. It's ours. We need to be proactive, and we need to let them know what we have. So I did some research and found that there really wasn't any inventory companies around per se. There was a couple small ones in Denver, but there really wasn't any that fully documented what you had. People have great intentions, and when they were being evacuated, they would tell you, run around and take pictures with your phone or whatever, and that's still better than nothing, or videotape things. But a lot of times we do that, and it helps us to remember, but we still then have to write down, you know, what it is, where we got it, and all that. So I came up with this business, I incorporated it, and I'm very proud of it, and I've grown from just here in the Springs, which that was my intention, is just be a small company here in the Springs. And then we had Black Forest Fire. Who would have dreamed in a year later the same thing would happen, even more devastating. And some of the people that I had actually inventoried, thank God, that we had everything that they owned, you know, they lost their homes. And so for them to be able to hand that flash drive over to their insurance carrier, and there were no questions asked. They were just reimbursed for everything that they had lost, which was amazing to me. That's when I knew it did make a difference. I needed to continue with this. So since then, now we're going national. So I'm spreading out all over the country wherever there's needs, which there's a need everywhere, and I'm very proud of that. And I'm going to keep it always based here in the Colorado Springs, though, because I want to employ as many people as I can locally. This is my home. I'm a native. And so we can still produce all the final products here, but we can do inventories all over the country. So hopefully we can do that. I do a little thing by exercise we met where I want you to go home tonight, or right now, just write down, like, pick any closet in your house, entryway closet, I don't care where, and write down everything that's in there, just off of memory. Just try to remember how many coats do you have in there, how many leather coats, how many whatever. Just try to remember what all you have. And then actually go to that closet and open it up. It could be in your kitchen, it could be anywhere, and see what you forgot. I mean, I guarantee you will forget over half of the things in that one area that you try to do that to. So imagine if you were traumatized by losing everything and you had to come up with that, and then you have a time limit. You know, you have to do it by this amount of time, and it's overwhelming. So when I started this company, that was the main thing. I also do businesses. So, you know, and a lot of us small business owners run our business out of our homes. So that's even more important, to document what you have. You know, what I tell people is make sure you document, you document everything with serial numbers and anything that would identify that as your item. Right now I'm doing a big push on theft because of the holiday season. And I found out that 1 in 36 homes is burglarized every year in the United States. That's huge, you know. And during November and December, 400,000 will be burglarized. So, you know, we need to make sure we document all of our important things with serial numbers and anything that would identify it. The police actually told me, it was interesting, that they recover a lot of stolen goods because people fence them, but they don't know where to return it unless you have it documented that it was yours. So they may have 500 iPads, but if you can't prove it was yours, you're not probably going to get it back. So that's something to always keep in mind. And, you know, I'm not flicking my things. Sorry, I'm not used to the PowerPoints. But this is just saying again how you cannot remember what you have. And a lot of people will not store it off premise, and they've been telling you this all along with everything that we've talked about today, is if you document anything or you store or you back up things, make sure you keep it off premise and you have more than one copy of everything. And that way, you know, you're not panicking if it burns up. And even on your phone, you know, if you have it on your phone, you could lose your phone, it could get stolen, and that's where your pictures are. And I was just talking about the theft thing. I mean, it's just huge. I actually am making some commercials right now, and they used my house to do this commercial, and I didn't think it would really affect me, and because I knew they were going to do it, and I had to step out for a while, and I came back in, and my whole house was demolished for this commercial, just showing what it looks like before and after a thief comes through and just destroys your home. And it was just, I don't know, it was just overwhelming to me. And I keep a lot of personal business stuff there, and my file cabinets were upside down and all this other, and I don't know, it was just a really scary feeling. So, you know, I just want to tell everybody that you really do need to be proactive with your own lives, and just kind of like you should be with your health, you need to be that way with your personal property. You know, your home is it's where you store everything that means the most to you. So it should be so important to you to document all that and to get a hold of your insurance company and find out if you're properly insured. I didn't realize that you know, you need riders for all kinds of things. If you have any kind of certain collections or guns or anything that's high value collections, if you don't have a rider on that, you're very limited in the amount of money you get back on your insurance if you know, when you file a claim. So you just need to talk to your insurance agent and find out what your insurance policy for your business and your home is. I don't know, pretty much like everybody's been talking today, we're at the end of the day and everybody's tired and we're just all saying the same things, so we should all realize that those are all really important things, is to store things off wherever your business or your home, and to not wait till it's too late. That's what my motto is when it's too late, and it's so true. And that's about all I have on that.
What is your website?
It's www.twshomeinventory.com, and I brought a lot of brochures and things. What I do is I go into people's homes and businesses, and we're a third party, so there's a lot of fraud going on also because of recent disasters, natural disasters that are all over. So insurance companies are getting a lot stricter in what they will reimburse without proof. So if you have a third party that comes in and documents all your information, that burden of proof is not, you know, is a lot better than if you do it yourself. Also, I can get in and out of someone's house in a matter of hours, and we make it fun. I mean, we walk around room to room. You're with me. You're telling me things about things. We can get very detailed, and then we store it all by location, by category, by all that. Like, let's say you were burglarized even. And the police, the first thing they say to you is, do you have documentation of what was stolen? Well, if you say, yes, I do, and you bring out the pictures with serial numbers and everything, that immediately, they can send that to all the pawn shops and Craigslist, and so when someone tries to fence that, the likelihood of them catching them quickly is a lot higher than if you didn't have that. And my costs, I keep them really low. I mean, the average inventory would take only one item that you would forget you had or didn't have proof that would pay for your whole home to be inventoried, or your business. And even if you have a claim, and let's say most companies pay you 60 to 70% of your contents, okay? Well, if you lose everything, well, if you've got it documented, then you still can use it as a tax. You know, you can write off the difference for taxes too. It can help in all that. And I also do it for divorces. not so fun, but he gets, she gets, will, when people are probate, wills, trusts. So it's not just a negative thing. I also have a living legacy part that I'm really proud of, where people share their life stories and about all the things in their homes, and then they can pass that on to their heirs so they can hear about all the things that are in their homes. So out of tragedy that we had locally, I was able to have an amazing company that I feel is really important, that people, just to educate people to take control and be prepared.